righteousness and prayer to the Lord and Father is my servant, with nothing other without forgiveness. Death and and if you are with my head, and death around my head. And then all of them all, every who was crucified for our sake, have mercy upon us. Agios Yesheros, Agios Asanatos, Anastasis, Rondeguron, Geanerton, Yestos Oranos, Ereis, Sinas, Sabbathikeion, Geagion, Nepmati, Keninge, Keresosion, Astonion, Amine Gatrias, Eleison.
Jesus Christ, our God, and always all the apostles, your disciples, that many prophets and righteous men earnestly desire to see the things which you have seen, but they could not, to hear the things which you now listen to, but they could not. Blessed are your eyes, for they can see, and your ears, for they can hear. Grant us to be worthy to hear and act according to your gospel, through the petitions of all your saints.
Lord, have mercy.
Was very form asleep in those there. Oh, so I say, Lord, heal them. For you are the life of us all, the salvation of us all, the hope of us all, the healing of us all, the resurrection of us all.
Amen. Stand up in the fear of God, listen to the Holy Gospel, a chapter from the Holy Gospel according to St. John, the evangelist, the apostle and pure disciple, may his blessing be with us the teacher, and the prophet, he made his blessing with us all, amen. Glory in his holy name, let the hearts of those rejoice who seek the Lord. Seek the Lord and his strength, seek his face evermore. Remember his marvelous works which he has done, his wonders and judgments of his hand. He comes in the name of the Lord, our Lord, God and Savior, and King of us all, Jesus Christ, Son of the living God, glory be to you When the Lord knew that the Pharisees had heard that Jesus made and baptized more disciples than John, though Jesus himself did not baptize, but his disciples, he left Judea and departed again to Galilee, but he needed to go through Samaria. So he came to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near the plot of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus, therefore, being weary from his journey, sat thus by the well. It was about the 6th hour. A woman of Samaria came to draw water. Jesus said to her, give me a drink. For then the woman of Samaria said to him, oh, from being a Samaritan woman. For Jews had no dealings with Samaritans. Jesus answered and said to her, if you knew the gift of God, and who it is who says to you, give me a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water. The woman said to him, sir, you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where do you get that living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself, as well as his sons and his livestock? Jesus answered and said to her, whoever drinks of this water will thirst again, but whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him will never thirst. But the water that I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water, springing up into everlasting life. The woman said to him, sir, give me this water that I may thirst not come here to draw. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said to her, you have well said, I have no husband. For you have had 5 husbands, and the one whom you have now had is not your husband. In that you spoke truly. The woman said to him, sir, I perceive that you are a prophet. Our fathers worshipped on this mountain. You Jews say that in Jerusalem is the place where one ought to worship. Jesus said to her, woman, believe me, The hour is coming when neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem worship the Father. You worship what you do not know. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour is coming, and now is when the true worshippers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. For the Father is seeking such to worship Him. God is spirit, and those who worship Him must worship in spirit and truth. The woman said, who is called, when He comes, said to her, I who speak to you am He. And at this point his disciples came, and they marveled that he talked with a woman. Yet no one said, what do you seek? Or why are you talking with her? The woman then left her water pot, went her way into the city, and said to the man, come, see a man who told me all things I ever did. Could this be the Christ? Then they went out of the city and came to him. Time his disciples urging him, saying, Rabbi, eat. But he said to them, I have food to eat of which you do not know. Therefore the disciples said to one another, has anyone brought him anything to eat? Jesus said to them, my food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. Do you not say there are still 4 months and then comes the harvest? Behold, I say to you, lift up your eyes and look at the field, for they are already white for harvest. He who reaps receives wages and gathers fruit for eternal life, that both he who sows and he who reaps may rejoice together. For in this the saying is true, one sows and another reaps. I sent you to reap that for which you have not labored. Others have labored, and you have entered into their labors. And many of the Samaritans of that city believed in him because of the word of the woman who had testified. He told me all things that I ever did. So when the Samaritans came to him, they urged him to stay with them, and he stayed there 2 days. And many more believed because of his own word. Then they said to the woman, now we believe, not because of what you said, for we had heard for ourselves and know that this is indeed the Christ. They say,
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, God, amen. Today is the fourth Sunday of the Great Lent. And today is the midway of the Great Lent. And today we will look at the Samaritan woman. Today's Gospel on the Samaritan woman, John chapter 4. What can we learn from this Gospel and put it into our own context of our own life, our own spiritual life, and also our relationship with God? There's much that we may learn. The first thing we need to really draw in is that as much that I will drink from the well of this world, I will thirst again. No matter what type of world it is, if it's the pleasures, if it's the money, if it's the wealth, if it's the desires and lust and so forth, you will always go back. Jesus offers for us a very clean water well that will gives us to everlasting life and will life will be satisfied. a life what we do will be satisfied. This can only happen when Christ comes into our lives. Second point is, she said very clearly that you say, because the problem between Samaria and the Jewish people happened at the time after King Solomon's son, at the time of King Solomon's son, Jeroboam. When he became king, he asked his friends, he asked his advisors, what should I do? And at that time things were tough, and said to them, you know, what you ought to do is make things lighter for your people. He didn't like the answer. So asked his friends, so what should what you ought to do? Tell them this. My little finger, look at this. My little finger is bigger than my waist. Gee, how could my little finger become bigger than my waist? Eh? Sorry? This is what it said. His friends. It shows you that, you know, when you go to ask for wisdom, don't ask your friends for advice for a certain issue. My finger is bigger than my waist. And the burden that my father put you, it is lighter than what I'm going to put you. And then what happened? The tribe left, and the division happened, and to return back to them for the yearly sacrifice. It was, if our people go back to Jerusalem, let us make an altar here. And this is where the aspect of when the Lord said that in Jerusalem you say that you worship the Lord, then our Lord Jesus Christ told her, woman, believe that the hour is coming, neither here in Samaria nor in Jerusalem you will worship, but those who want to truly worship is spirit and truth. And here comes the second point here for us. How do I worship God in spirit and truth? Which leads me to the third point, is Jesus, who is King, who I claim to be King, King of my life, King of my heart, King of everything that I do. And if He is King, it means that I am His servant. I am His servitude. Do I act to the point that I am truly act like a servant to Lord Jesus? Or do I act as King of my life and King that He is the servant of my life? Whenever I want, I'll ask Him, as though you clap hands, I want this with demand. I want it now. Or do we come to Jesus saying, Lord God, I really need your kingship and your lordship in my life? This is the part that we need to focus on through. And that is how the aspect of the Samaritan woman, that we are able to relate, able to see our own souls, that we are in need, we are need to Jesus come today. I need to come visit my room, my home. I need confession. I need prayer. I need scriptures. I need the sacraments. I need you in my life. And may the word of God grow mighty in my life. That we got the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, one God. Thank you. Father, the Lord God and Savior, Jesus Christ, we ask, and the goodness of our mankind. Remember blessing the peace which is the peace which is from heaven for that. And to heart, yes, the peace of his heart granted to us. The rulers, the soldiers, the chief ministers, the multitude, our neighbors, our enemies, our multitude, our kingdom. Please grant us your peace, for the kingdom and everything. Possess us under God, our Savior, with none other but you. Your name, you are the Master, Holy Spirit, not the person and salvation. Mother and Father, the Lord God and Savior, Jesus Christ, who are sent to the Lamb of God, them, Lord Christ, of our God, second our Father, Bishop Daniel. God, sent to us from many years and peaceful down to fill all and come to the trust in our God, blessed Lord, preach the word of truth in uprightness and shepherd people in righteousness, and all the officers of peace, make the faith of things, and the fruit of one holy dressman of solitude. Grant them us and peace and walk in every place. Not all of all the and the sweet aromatic incense, all enemies visible and invisible. As men isn't just how church. Father, Lord God, and Savior Jesus Christ, we ask and to the love of mankind. When the Lord again bless. To the prevention of obstacle and homeless, we have to press, has to be out of this. Grant the Lord servant from us wherever the worship of God and total upon Lord said and all his evil powers, repercussion and it under our feet. Our gods and those who cause them cease all this sanction of the corruption in the Holy Church, our Lord, and may be aid now to humiliate them. Grant the whole and bring another weakness. Abolish the envy, the intrigue, the madness, the evil standing against us. Our Lord, make the more spirits against us, against you. Arise, the Lord God, let all the enemies be scattered. Let us have
one God, the Almighty God, all things visible and invisible. We believe in one Lord Jesus Christ, who came to become the Son of God, born of the Father before all ages. God out of blood, true God and true God, begotten of Mary, who sings with the Father, through whom these came into being. He descended from heaven for us and for our salvation. God incarnated the Holy Spirit, from the Virgin Mary became man. He was crucified for us and for his Father. He suffered and was buried, rose from the dead on the third day according to the Scriptures. He ascended to heaven and sat down at the right hand of his Father. He will also come back in his glory to judge the living and the dead. All those kingdoms of the Father, worship and man together with the Father, the Son, who spoke in the prophets, and one holy and blessed apostolic church. We acknowledge our baptism for the remission of sins, and we look for the resurrection of the dead, and the life of the world to come. Amen. Anastasis centennium meo.
Let us pray, Father, that God grant us the grace and blessings, and that we able to complete our journey, Lord, and pray for the world is in need. Think about our tour this morning, the Southlands gone through and different country there. Don't think that cannot happen to Sydney and happen to us. We live in a lot. Sydney, come to the pain of our Aboriginal neighbours and all this. I'm not giving a sermon, but I want to tell you, let's pray for others. That's why we're able to feel the pain, because we're always in pain. So much happening around us. We are oblivious to what is happening around us. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Bless you.
Eternal God, created many corruption, and by the life-giving manifestation of your only begotten Son, our Lord God and Savior, Jesus Christ. You wanted into the whole body and with the devil, and filled with peace. For which the host of angels glorify you, saying, glory to God in the highest, peace on earth, goodwill towards men.
Pray for perfect peace, for love of the pure and apostolic cases.